It's all about the feeders today. Sale reports, world champions crowned, buying and selling updates. Crew, let's ranch it up. Good day, everyone, and thanks for riding with us as we ranch it up. I'm Jeff Tigger Erhardt.
Tigger.
And I'm Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Bec.
Bec.
A big thank you goes out to our Ranch It Up lineup: Westway Feed Products, Neogen, Allied Genetic Resources, LivestockMarket.com, EquineMarket.com, AuctionTime.com, RFD TV, the Cowboy Channel, and Wrangler. We've got a lot packed into this episode, so I'm going to turn it over to you, Beck, in the news. Cow Country News. You know, the cow stuff.
Here's what I've got. Speculation has swirled in cattle country since last month's announcement of a proposed 8,000 head per day beef processing plant in Rapid City, South Dakota. Many question the availability of such large numbers of cattle and or bison in the region and the availability of sufficient labor and housing for the incoming workforce. Many of those same questions are now being asked by Rapid City residents and officials who want more details about the proposed $1.1 billion project. If realized, the plant would become the largest in North America and one of the largest beef plants in the world. It could create 2,400 jobs and would utilize the latest technology available. Founder Megan Kingsbury says the proposed plant's environmental impact would be limited. Cattle would not be held outside. Water would be recycled on site, and the plant would emit no odor thanks to methane capture technology. She said the technology will reduce the plant's environmental impact and will allow it to run at a larger scale with fewer workers in better conditions. Kingsbury said she hopes construction will begin in 2023 with a targeted completion date of 2026. In other news, the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday denied a petition by RCAF USA for consideration of its legal challenge of the beef checkoff, effectively ending the case that began 6 years ago. RCAF filed a lawsuit against the Montana Beef Council in 2016 and again in 2018, alleging that the checkoff dollars funded private speech rather than government speech. The suit was later expanded to include 14 other state beef councils. Last week, the Senate Agriculture Committee advanced 2 bills aimed at making cattle markets more transparent and competitive. The Meat and Poultry Special Investigator Act of 2022 and the Cattle Price Discovery and Transparency Act of 2022 were both passed out of committee and prepared for floor action. Senate Agriculture Committee Chairwoman Debbie Stabenow from Michigan said, "These bills will progress toward a more competitive, transparent, and fair supply chain that is better for American farmers and better able to keep food on all our tables." The U.S. House passed its version of the Special Investigator Bill, which was opposed by the North American Meat Institute, National Cattlemen's Beef Association, National Pork Producers Council, and the National Chicken Council. A press release issued by Chuck Grassley from Iowa hinted at the senator's delight as he proclaimed, "With passage of these 2 important bills, my years-long beef with big cattle is one step closer to being settled. Iowa cattle producers have struggled to receive a fair price for years, long before inflation hit a 40-year high. It's past time for Congress to stand with independent cattle producers and put an end to the cozy relationship between large meat packers and big cattle feedlots." The Cattle Price Discovery and Transparency Act was opposed by both the NCBA and the North American Meat Institute. NCBA said the proposal would subject every cattle producer in the country to a business-altering government mandate.
Our Weigh 'em Up Sale Barn Report, by request this week, starts out in Iowa, Creston, Iowa to be exact. Creston Livestock Auction to be even more exact. Starting on the steer side, 4 to 460 weight steers last week from $1.86 to $2.17. 5 to 6 weight steers in Iowa, $1.84 to $2.05. 6 to 7 weight steers, $1.70 and a half up to $2.01. 7 to 8 weights, $1.50 to $1.75 and a half. And then 8 weight steers at $1.60 to $1.64. On the heifer side in Creston, Iowa, 4 to 485 weights, $1.77 up to $1.84 and a half. 5 to 6 weight heifers, $1.60 to $1.83. 6 to 7 weights, $1.55 to $1.69. And then 7 to 8 weight heifers at $1.41 and a half to $1.53. Harriet Livestock Auction, bigger cattle going to be telling you about. A black set of steers weighing 849 at $1.7625. Here's a big bunch of 1,010-pound black steers at $1.6575. A group of black 958 weight steers in Harriet, South Dakota at $1.6550. A group of black 1,018 weight steers at $1.6375. For the heifers, black heifers weighing 470, going to do the lightweights now at $1.86. Black heifers weighing 551 at $1.78. 616 weight red heifers at $1.69. 794 weight black heifers, a big bunch, at $1.64. And then 858 weight black heifers at $1.6275. For the weigh-up cows, in between 68 and 95. The weigh-up bulls, $1 up to $1.21. And then the pairs, a lot of pairs going through Harriet, South Dakota, in between $1,600 and $2,100 a pair. Heading to Northern Livestock Video Auction in Billings, Montana, recapping their early summer special, which was June 23rd. The market report, these are all Montana cattle that I'm reporting on. This is by request, by the way, and I'm just going to say it. There's bell ringers pretty much every way you look at this thing. This was absolutely awesome, in every way, shape, and form. So I picked out just some various bigger loads, some bigger swaths to tell you all about. And I've got more specifics today than just, sex of the calves and weight class and price. I've got, vaccination information. I've got some color information. I've got some shot records as well. Are they certified or not? So here's where we're going to start. A group of 450 weight steers. They had their shots. There's no implants. And I want to mention, by the way, that delivery on these cattle is the end of October, getting on into the middle of November. Back to the 450 weight steers, or this group of 450 weight steers. They've had all their shots, no implants, blacks, reds, black, white face, red, white face, and shars, combination of all of them in there. Kind of a Duke's mixture, as we say. 450 weight steers selling for $224. Crew, it gets better than that. Listen to this. From a one consigner, 5 1/4 weight steers, no implants. They've had all their shots. They're all black cattle. These are Montana cattle. 5 1/4 weight steers at $216.50. Now here's the heifer mates. There's blacks, just a few black white faces. Again, shots, no implants. 5 weight heifers, $1.86. Here's a group of 6 1/4 weight steers. Yes, they've been implanted. Yes, they have their shots. These are reds and they're blacks out of Angus bulls and optimizer bulls. 6 1/4 weight steers selling for $2 even. Moving down the line on weaned steers, 6 weight steers. They're black, all natural, NHTC GAP certified, selling for $210.50. Here's another group, 680 weight steers. They're black, had all their shots. Yes, they've been implanted. Relgro is the specific implants on this bunch. 680 weight steers at $2. Here's a group, a little heavier cattle as I'm going. A group of steers, 780 weights. Blacks, had all their shots. Yes, implanted with Synovex, 780 weights at $1.9450. Keep moving down the line. This is fantastic. Keep moving down the line. 765 weight. I should say fantastic based on, what a person's input costs are, of course. But here's a group of 765 weight steers. Yes, they've had all their shots. Yes, they are implanted with Synovex. They're Semi and Sim-Angus bred cattle. $1.96.50 for 765 weight steers. Here's another group, heavier ones as we go. 985 weight steers. 985 weight steers. All black in this pen. All natural, NHTC and GAP certified, selling for $1.77.50. Here's a group of heifers. 850 weights. They're blacks, all natural, NHTC and GAP certified, selling for $1.65. Crew, very interesting report. It's worth your time to go through and to look at all of these different calves that have sold. So you can, for more information, just go to northernlivestockauction.com.
Mark Van Zee with livestockmarket.com and auctiontime.com. Coming up this Wednesday, July 6th, is our next featured online auction. 581 head on 29 lots. Cattle, horses, sheep, and a pile of show pigs. Featured lots include 120 head of black and black baldy bred cows from Rafter M Cattle in Otterville, Missouri. 3 to 7-year-olds weighing 1,250 to 1,300 pounds, bred to Hereford and Sim Angus bulls. Split into 40 head lots. Take them all or just a potload. Also from Rafter M, a 40 head lot of red Angus and Charolais cows, also fall bred. Plus 35 black and black baldy pairs, Angus Plus and Brangus type cows. The lot includes heifer pairs up to 5-year-olds. They're running back with purebred Brangus bulls right now, selling as exposed, and the buyer has the option to buy the bulls too. Plus 325 head of Ram Brulé, aged ewes, all 5 to 6 years old, just had their lambs weaned off them on June 1. The sale also includes 4 horses and the show pigs, 16 lots of show pigs, many show prospect gilts and barrows, plus loads of bred sows. Bidding is currently live. Opening bids as low as $10 a head, and all lots will sell, no reserve, regardless of price. Check them out today on livestockmarket.com.
I'm going to echo what Mark said. Yes, you need to jump on livestockmarket.com and check it out, but you need to do it early. Depending upon when you're listening to this broadcast, you could be listening to it in just a day or two, and that's when that sale is coming up. But go on early and often and start going through those lots. I tell you what, buyers have had a tremendous success selling on livestockmarket.com. Sellers have had a tremendous success buying on livestockmarket.com. So get online, get yourself registered up. If you have an account with Auction Time, that will work and that will transfer over, and Tractor House, that will transfer over to livestockmarket.com. And remember, if you have any questions, just reach out to us. Beck and I will help in any way you can, or you can reach out to Mark and his crew at livestockmarket.com. Up next, we have a one-on-one conversation with the 2022 World Livestock Auctioneering Champion. Stick around. The Ranch It Up Radio Show will be back right after this. Agriculture is making a comeback and giving the next generation a foundation that, honestly, they never expected, connecting the past and the future. Just a few of the stories and features that we're working on right here on the Ranch It Up Radio Show.
Hey, it's Mark Van Zee with livestockmarket.com.
Every week we hear from one of our great partners with updates, info, schedules, reports, and everything in between when it comes to buying and selling livestock in hay online and private treaty.
Livestockmarket.com is a centralized online platform of all types of livestock, as well as hay and straw.
They brought you Tractor House and Auction Time, livestockmarket.com, on Facebook too.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
The necessities of life: food, water, shelter.
And your favorite radio hosts. This is Jeff Tigger Erhardt.
Tigger.
And Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Bec.
Bec.
Join us every week right here for the Ranch It Up Radio Show.
And the Bend Radio Show.
We talk cattle, market, sale barn reports, news,
cooking, lifestyle, outdoors, recreation,
and everything in between.
And there's a lot in between.
Ranch It Up.
And the Bend.
We've had just about everything thrown at us, from blizzards to rainstorms to heat and the drought already. Makes it tough to be in the cow business, so make life a bit easier with liquid feed and tub supplements from Westway Feed Products, all designed to complement your forages. It's upcycling and efficiency. At Westway Feed Products, we create cow herd efficiency one lick at a time. Let's get it on.
Cattle battle.
Will Epperly was recently crowned the 2022 World Livestock Auctioneering Champion, sponsored by the Livestock Marketing Association. Will has sat on the auction block since he was 7 years old and has over 20 years' experience under his belt. He sells at West Point Livestock in Nebraska, Dunlap Livestock Auction in Iowa. He's in the commercial cattle business. He's in the seed stock cattle business. He understands the cattle business. So I'm going to pretend I'm a judge now in the interview competition. I guarantee you got this question or a form thereof. What is the biggest concern in our cattle industry today? I'm not talking about long term. I'm not talking about sustainability. Oh, I use the S word. I use the sustainability word. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the next generation. I'm talking about today, in the next, I'm going to say 6 months to a year. What is the major concern that you think that we're dealing with? The most important thing that we're dealing with, the obstacle maybe that we're dealing with?
I think the biggest obstacle, and it's kind of a positive thing that I think it kind of puts us in the driver's seat of it, is the cow herd. Our national cow herd is down. Our weight cow kill is up 12%, and the dairy part of it's down. So it's the beef cows that are going to town. There is less and less factories, so there's going to be less and less calves. But I do think that puts us a little bit in the driver's seat here. We make a great product here in the United States, and I think that's great. But I do think it's going to be a little bit less of it just because the cattle numbers aren't there. But I think we've got a great opportunity here to be more promotive and more aggressive about what we raise here, of the number one protein in the world and the safest in the world at that. So I think that's where I really think our concern is right now, is just the cow numbers where they are.
Will, I can appreciate you looking at this from a micro perspective, meaning from a production level of the cow-calf producer. But now let's look at this industry from a macro level, the 30,000-foot view, if you will. Today, as well, producers are at odds with one another. Let's just be honest about that. Industry groups representing us are not seeing eye to eye. Producers are not seeing eye to eye. And in today's day and age, with all this technology, we can all instantly share our thoughts, our ideas, and our opinions, which is very good, but it can be also bad at the same time. So given what I just presented, how do we survive in the next few years?
Here's my opinion of it, is we've all got to come to the table. We can't just all sit out here and say, well, I see it this way and I see it that way. We all need to bring, and LMA did a great job of it here 2 years ago. They brought everybody in the industry. I mean, guys that butted heads, that didn't like each other, and they sat each other down and they said, okay, these are the issues I see. These are the issues I see. Now, how can we find common ground? Now, that's where we've got to come together in this industry. And I think we can go, like you said, go into the future by miles. But we've all got to come to the table. And yes, we're human beings. Ain't no human being in this world going to have the same mindset as this person or that person. Yes, and the cow-calf guy might have something different than the independent feeder, and the backgrounder might have something different than the cow-calf guy. But if we all sit here and we bicker and we fight and we don't come to the table and say, all right, we all see the issues. Now, how can we, as an entire beef industry, how can we all get at this table and make something come together to work for all of us? And if we don't have that conversation, in my mind, I think that we're gonna get stale. But I think if we all come to the table and say, okay, these are the issues that we see here, these are the issues that we see here. Now, how can we put them in this pool, come up with a grand idea that's going to benefit all of us, that we all can somewhat agree on?
How do we do that, though, Will? That's I'm with you 100%. I'm asking if you got the magic bullet. If you do, share it with us, please.
I would love to have the magic bullet. I think you've got the National Cattlemen's Beef Association sitting here. You've got the Packers sitting there. We're all fighting for the same thing. Now, I think the Packers need to come with it and say, okay, we know we can't do this without you all making a beef product.
Well, right.
And we can't do our business without it. I don't know why we're so butting heads to each other when we both need each other. My silver bullet is, what research do we see that is forwarding our market, and how do we get that forward market to grab? So I see it as the cattlemen, national cattlemen. I know they have their own thoughts here. The Beef Checkoff has it here, and we have multiple state organizations, the Kansas feeders, the Texas feeders, the Iowa Beef Council, that have all these ideas. So my magic bullet is everyone, whether we like each other or not, is going to have to sit down and come up with a solution. That's my silver bullet.
I completely agree with what you're saying, and I'm seeing this deal kind of like a triangle. All of us are on the same level. Now, whether we have the same ideas and opinions, or not, we're all on the same level, but we all want to, and we are all moving towards the point of that triangle, moving towards the top, but it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's forcing us to figure this thing out if we want to keep rising to the top of that triangle.
I do think that, yes, we need more people, and we just need the leaders of our associations, which LMA is doing that, which the beef checkoff is trying that way too, is trying to get everyone kind of wanting to come to the table and wanting to be a part of it. And that's the way the National Farm Bureau Association, getting them to be a part of it is one of the big things too. They're a big voice because they're the Farm Bureau. So I believe that it is possible. And we've got great leaders sitting in positions right now that I think they'll have the influence to put us to the future and get everyone to come to the table.
Will, great to have you on the show, and congratulations on the win. That was Will's son, Zeke, in the background, by the way, helping his dad do this interview. We'll have more with Will coming up on future episodes, talking about the type of feeder cattle that are in demand so far this year. When we come back, Kirk joins us with the numbers. Stick around, y'all. Crew, it's super easy to get a hold of the Boss Lady and I, and we want to hear any beef that you may have, or maybe just let us know what's happening out there in cow country. 707-RANCH-20 is the hotline. Leave us a voicemail or fire us a text. 707-RANCH-20. Want to add just a little bit of spice to your event, your customer appreciation supper, your banquet, your meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Well, bring in us, Bec and I, as your keynote speakers, hosts, MCs, a host couple. We'll make them laugh, even cry tears of joy. Call us today. A couple of buzzwords flying around the industry lately. Regenerative ag. Not new, but maybe new to you. What is regenerative ag? How does it work? Can I use it? Does it make a difference? We answer all that in the weeks to come right here on the Ranch It Up Radio Show. This coming from our partners from Neogen. Now, over the next several months, we will be bringing you insect control solutions, money-saving tips, how to establish biosecurity during a time of pinching pennies, all that and lots more from our crew from Neogen. Lots of you have asked that we cover this one, and we're happy to oblige. Over the next several weeks, we'll be hearing from our big three. That's RCAF USA, the USCA, and NCBA, each getting to share their thoughts of the current cattle environment, good, bad, and ugly. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Kirk Donsbach, StoneX Financial Incorporated, is with us as always. Kirk, I appreciate you. Let's start with the numbers, and then I want to kind of make reference and some specific things towards the newsletter here in a little bit. But let's start with the numbers first.
That sounds great, Tigger. As of Friday, June 24th, August feeders closed 172,375. That's down 70 on the week, with the CME feeder index at 163.71, up $1.54, leaving our basis a negative $8.79. It'll be of note that futures have typically caught a bid once the basis has narrowed to 10 or lower. The cattle on feed last week came out at 101.2% on feed. Placed was a slightly bearish number at 97.9 versus expectations of 99 to 101.6, and the marketing number at 102.4. All in all, considered the report mildly bullish. August live closed the week 133.325. That's down $3.17.5 on the week, with cash trading steady, 137 to 38 in the south and 146 to 150 in the north, leaving the 5 area weighted average up 77 cents on the week, and our basis a positive $9.15 against June futures. Very kind of shocking positive basis. The weekly slaughter was 666,000 head, down 1,000 versus last week and 6,000 over last year. Choice boxes closed the week at 264.98, down $1.28. And the big news for feeders is the December 22 corn closed last Friday at $6.73.5, down 59 cents on the week.
So, Kirk, in the newsletter, and this is what I wanted to make reference, you say you have some recommendations for fall and feeder calf sales. I understand we can't go into those kind of details here. It requires a little bit too much time, but I wanted to make reference towards it anyway. So is the best way to first subscribe to the newsletter, and then where you kind of go down the rabbit hole a little bit more is the best way to, call you? How is the best way to get said recommendations for fall calf and feeder sales?
I'd say, again, if you kind of understand what I'm talking about and how the basis works and all that, I think you can get a real good summary of my opinion from the newsletter, and I would just subscribe to that. If this is a little bit foreign to you and you don't quite understand, then always a phone call, and I could give more information.
So you can get that newsletter at any time by texting the word cattle, CATTLE, to 33777.
I tip my hat to you, from one legend to another.
Hey, everyone. I know I've been very quiet this episode.
I'm not even going to comment.
I've had a lot of irons in the fire. Literally.
You've been busy.
Yes, but I wanted to jump on quick and give a tip of the hat to all of you that are out there in the middle of wheat harvest. We're thinking about you. Have a happy 4th of July and keep on a-truckin'.
And now that's going to wrap it up for today. A big thanks from our crew to yours, starting out with Will Epperly, the 2022 Livestock Auctioneering Champion, Mark Vanzi with LivestockMarket.com, Kirk Donsbach, StoneX Financial Incorporated, and to you, the Boss Lady Bec.
And a big thank you to our partners, Westway Feed Products, Neogen, Allied Genetic Resources, LivestockMarket.com, EquineMarket.com, AuctionTime.com, RFD TV, The Cowboy Channel, and Wrangler.
And crew, so glad you all came with us one more time as we ranch it up. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook at Ranch It Up Show. Our email is ranchitupshow@gmail.com. You can call and text us 24/7 at 707-RANCH-20. Spread the good word and join us again next time where it's always Tigger approved.
Stay ranchy and ranch it up.